What's going on, everybody? What's going on? What's going on? This is Leonard Miles, aka 2 Degrees in the CDL, and you already know how we do. We come live with the news, the good, the bad, and the ugly. This is just an update on a video that I've already done before involving Nathan Sweeney and Deputy Christina Musil. So we're gonna get right into it. Judge releases driver charged in death of DeKalb County deputy, citing SAFE Act. And I'll definitely dive into that as well, just to try to explain it the best as I can. Like I said, during the investigation following the collision, officers determined that Nathan Sweeney had been under the influence of drugs at the time of the crash, authorities said. All right. A DeKalb County judge on Monday ordered the release of the man accused of reckless homicide and aggravated driving under the influence, causing death in connection with the crash that killed a DeKalb County Sheriff's deputy, according to the Daily Chronicle News. Nathan P. Sweeney, 44, was apprehended following the death of Deputy Christina Musil on March 28th. Sheriff's officials said Musil was sitting inside her vehicle parked on the right shoulder of southbound Illinois Route 23 when a single-unit Kenworth truck ran off the roadway for unknown reasons and struck her vehicle from behind. Musil was rushed to an area hospital with life-threatening injuries and later pronounced dead. During the investigation following the collision, officers determined that Sweeney had been under the influence of drugs at the time of the crash, authorities said. And I had somebody on my Facebook page, because I posted this on Facebook as well. This person, she did send me a copy of the incident report with the things that Nathan Sweeney had in his system. I couldn't read all of it, so I did go to the Illinois State Police Department's website just to order a transcript of the incident. So once I get that, I'll definitely be reading that off to you all, just to know, just so you all can know what it was that Mr. Sweeney had in his system during the time of the crash. At a court hearing packed with Musil's family and friends on Monday, 23rd Judicial Circuit Court Judge Marcy Buick cited Illinois' Safety Act and what it requires to be considered when deciding whether to detain someone prior to a trial, the newspaper reported. Under the new law, all defendants are presumed to be eligible for pretrial, the judge said. We have all learned over the last 6 months that these hearings are complicated. Judges are required to uphold and apply the law. Sweeney was released from jail on Monday afternoon, according to the Illinois Sheriff's Sheriff's Association. Obviously, we are very disappointed that Sweeney was released despite the DeKalb County State's attorney request to detain, the association said in a statement. In part, the Daily Chronicle reported that Buick listed a multitude of conditions that Sweeney must abide by while on release, including not operating a motor vehicle throughout the proceedings and submitting to at least 3 random drug tests per week. Prosecutors said blood tests, which allegedly showed multiple drugs were in Sweeney's system at the time of the crash, proved he willingly got behind the wheel while under the influence, the newspaper reported. DeKalb County Assistant State's Attorney Scott Schuertly argued that any conditions Buick could set to ensure Sweeney cooperated with pretrial release would not be good enough. The Pretrial Fairness portion of the state's controversial Safety Act took effect in September 2023 following months of legal challenges. The law allows judges to determine whether individuals accused of a specific set of felonies and violent misdemeanors pose a threat to another individual or the community at large. The list includes so-called forcible felonies, such as first and second-degree murder, predatory criminal sexual assault, robbery, burglary, residential burglary, aggravated arson, kidnapping, aggravated battery resulting in great bodily harm, or any other felony that involves the use or threat of physical violence. Hate crimes, attempts of crimes that are detainable, animal torture, and DUI causing great bodily harm were added to the list in a subsequent amendment to the legislation. Under the measure, judges were also asked to determine whether a defendant poses a flight risk. So I read the article as far as what the Safety Act is about, and I didn't know this, but Illinois is the first state to do cashless bail. So they're doing the pretrial. Like I said, the Pretrial Fairness Act. So that's in place. So it's just certain guidelines that certain individuals will have to meet, in order to be released. And if you meet those qualifications, then you could be released. Now, of course, some of the cases, like if you're convicted of murder and certain felonies, I'm sure you're not going to be released. But the judge, took it upon herself, to deem him not a risk to society, and he's out free. He's out free. He has some stipulations, but he's still out free. But I will report back to even talk about the company that he worked for, Garza Tires. I'll talk about, how they're no longer in business as well. I'm not sure if they're no longer in business, but I did go to their website, and it was nothing on there. So we'll discuss that as well. But I just want to know what you all think about this. As always, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. As always, the support is definitely appreciated. I'm on the road to 1K, and all my truck drivers out there, be safe and keep it in the middle of the road. Until next time, I'm out.